Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams.
And I'm Matt Horsey, the Leader Man's slightly inebriated sidekick. Good morning.
Don't forget, we are being seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you right now at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of any of our, top middle of the page for that link is there. Tap that once and we'll get you there. If you're on your mobile device, your YouTube app will get you there. Put Mornings with the Leader Man. Leader Man, all one word, spelled like it sounds. If you're just looking audio, we suggest tune in iTunes, stream them. Many of those platforms like that will play us. Just put WEEB into that search to get the results to the top. And if you're on your computer, go to our website at Talk 973. That stream is there 24/7, 365. In the upper right-hand corner of every web page, the icon says Listen Live. Tap it once. You're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills. Well, this rain should push on out of here by, the beginning of the afternoon. And we'll go partly cloudy. Look for a high of 65. In fact, we've already hit that. We're dropping temperatures throughout the day. Clear tonight, a low of 30. Tomorrow, more seasonable. Sunday with a high of 48. Clear tomorrow night, 24. Saturday, Sunday, right around the 50 mark each day under sunny skies. Monday, 54 with sunny skies. And then for Tuesday, partly cloudy, isolated showers. High of 56 Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Slight chance of snow with rain. Low of 32. And Wednesday, back to partly cloudy of 42.
I love snow with rain.
Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are south-southwest at 15, gusting to 25, visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure is 2962, dew point 63, humidity 100%. We got light rains, which is starting to break up in some areas, and 63 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
When was that wind forecast? Because there's little to nothing out there right now.
Well, it was gusting when I came in. You know, when I come in during dark 30.
Yeah, when you in a whirlwind, a rush.
Yeah, well, got a lot of material to go through. So I'm prepared.
Yes.
All right, getting on to that preparedness here.
I think we should.
Sound bites this morning. Of course, first thing we need to do is check in with fake news, see what's going on.
BuzzFeed. We don't check the facts, we just report them. This hour's headlines. Harvey Weinstein to host the Oscars. Kim Kardashian claims she's still a virgin. And Tom Brady to retire before the Super Bowl. BuzzFeed. We don't check the facts, we just report them. Today's show is brought to you by that bottle of soy sauce in the back of your fridge since 2008. Face it, dude, you'll never finish it.
That's right. It sits in the packet forever, doesn't it? Okay, guys, up to the news department. Breaking news.
This is breaking news.
This just in. The words Bangkok, Shih Tzu, and Kumquat sound dirty, but really aren't.
This has been breaking news.
Well, if you're stressed because you're an unpaid government worker, well, don't be. Relief is just outside your front door.
All across America, food banks, churches, civic groups, and others are reaching out to those affected by the government shutdown. But there's still one need that has yet to be addressed. Introducing Uber Ho. Much like Uber Eats, Uber Ho works in conjunction with local strip clubs, escort services, and truck stops. One tap of the app and you'll get the best 3 minutes of your day delivered right to your door. Relieve stress, enjoy life. And since Uber Ho is fully funded by the United States government, you'll be doing to it what the government is doing to you. Tied up in knots, would you like to be? Try Uber Ho. In Washington, D.C., call 1-800-STORMY-D.
Well, from that, we go into the super weird in our news.
Yes, because that wasn't super weird.
Not as weird as this.
Oh, man.
A woman in England is planning to marry her duvet. next month.
Oh, and it always is out of England, isn't it? These nutsos that are marrying inanimate objects.
Do you know what a duvet is?
Yes.
Explain it to us.
It is it's like a quilt, kind of. It's a
That's right.
bed cover.
As in the quilt on the bed that one sleeps under.
Yeah, and in Europe...
I didn't know what a duvet... I'm just not sophisticated in those
Well,
terms.
the fact that you're not sophisticated is shocking to me. But I will tell you, in Europe...
I sleep under a quilt.
For example, in Germany, they have a bottom sheet and a duvet that they sleep under. And then they take the duvet. It's got a long, slotted thing at the end.
It's like in Europe, they call it a loo instead of the bathroom.
It's just like that, except nothing like that. And so that's how they sleep. They don't have sheets and blankets and all that jazz.
Well, a woman plans to marry her duvet next month. Guests have to wear pajamas, and she joked that they are going to the bedroom section of IKEA for their honeymoon. So apparently the whole thing is pretty tongue-in-cheek. Here's a soundtrack from the video where she and her friends made to invite people to the ceremony. Her name is Pascal Selick, and she's some sort of artistry exhibitionist.
And of course she is.
Whatever that is.
The dictionary's definition of love is as follows: a great interest and pleasure in something, a personal thing that one loves, a strong feeling of affection. Can't we all say that we feel this for our duvet? But Pascal is taking it one step further and planning the happiest day of her life, the wedding day, to her one and only true love. It will be followed by an after party where we can celebrate real, true love with a duvet.
Nothing, oh, never mind.
With the duvet. Yes, and somehow she's probably stinking rich from doing her artistry exhibitions.
And you know I am very hip with the youth, so I say, shaking my head.
The University of South Florida, if you applied there and got accepted, well, they're now saying, oops. They're in St. Petersburg. They accepted 430 students by mistake this past Saturday afternoon. They did it by email, then emailed an hour later and said, no, you didn't get in. Our mistake. And also put out a statement apologizing and blamed it on human error.
Never mind.
Here's a student who received one of the bogus acceptance emails.
It says, once again, congratulations on your admission to UFSF St. Petersburg. We're excited to welcome you to the university. My mom and I were like over the moon excited. We were like jumping up and down and like shouting really loud. I was just so disappointed. I was very, very let down because I've been waiting for a final decision from them since November now. I really do hope to end up as a bull in the fall.
And let me say something. I didn't notice any likes or up-talking with her. They should accept her just on that basis alone. The follow-up email apparently said, bite me, which is just, you know.
Well, is it you or maybe somebody else? Somebody else.
If it was intelligent, it was me.
It was intelligent, which is why I know it wasn't you.
I'll just be weeping quietly over here.
Somebody was telling me it's cheaper to go abroad to school. And that's why a lot of students are going abroad to study, because the schooling's a whole lot cheaper.
Well, it depends on where you're going.
I'm just telling you what they said. And I'm sure I know in Germany you can go to their universities for free if you speak fluent German. A lot of Chinese students go to German schools because they learn German, then they're accepted in. I was pen pals with some...
All on the German taxpayer, of course.
Yeah, I was pen pals with some girl in China. I don't know how I got tied into this. Was back in the early days. This was when AOL was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just practicing her English on me by corresponding. And she was quite good, to the point I got a little suspicious whether she was really Chinese, but enough checking, and yeah, she was really Chinese.
Well, she's now stealing scientific secrets out of Silicon Valley, so thank you very little.
It was quite impressive how intelligent she was, but when she started talking about saving her money to come see me, I went, "That's it, we're done."
You know, they have a big wall over there.
Yeah,
man,
built in 700s or AD or whatever it was.
Well, over a long period, I've seen it. I mean, that wall is great.
And it's over the top of a mountain. Who knew you could build there?
Bunch of mountains.
Anyway, another tragedy going around is the news report of the tragic lack of candy conversation hearts this Valentine's Day. The company that made them went bankrupt.
Really?
Yeah, they've been bought out.
This next story, well, it just might break your heart.
So this Valentine's Day, you may not see many of those Sweethearts conversation candies, if any.
Oh, my goodness.
Sweetheart brand here. Over the summer, the New England Confectionery Company, which made the hearts, they went bankrupt. And in September, the Sweethearts brand was sold to another candy company, but that just wasn't enough time to spit out those conversation hearts for Valentine's season, but they could soar back to shelves from Sweethearts in 2020.
Well, no wonder they're in New England. How does anybody manage to stay a viable business in New England?
Well, as many gazillion of those that you see or saw during Valentine's every year, I guess it was just too seasonal for the company to survive.
Yeah, could be.
Because it's basically a one-day-a-year thing. I guess they could have... Good marketing, they could have translated that into every holiday. Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
You have me. Lucky you.
Imagine standing there getting ready for your wedding day, and you're the groom, and you walk out, and your bride's in a see-through wedding dress.
Yes, nothing would make me prouder.
You think I kid you. Apparently, the trend is this wedding season is to be seen through a see-through wedding dress.
It's tastefully sexy, so nothing is really exposed. It really is all about illusion. Just when I think dresses can't get any sexier, I think a neckline can't plunge any deeper, it certainly does.
This dress is not for every bride. This dress is for a very confident, powerful woman.
This is really happening. Brides are really asking designers for this, and I think it's going to be here to stay for a few seasons. I think the days of a bride wanting to wear a mother's dress is totally out the window, and this is case in point.
Great marketing. I submit that there are very powerful, strong, confident women who would look at that and say, no, thank you, that's tacky.
Well, you know what today is? They have so many days that are, paperclip day, picture on the wall day. Well, today is also...
Is there a sidekick day? There must be.
National Peanut Butter Day.
It's peanut butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly time!
Don't get too excited here. Question becomes, can you believe somebody actually put this on a track?
Yes.
And people actually like it and buy it and download it and all that junk?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Well. Anyway, even Stewie on Brian on Family Guy sings it also.
It's peanut butter jelly time!
See what I mean?
Butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly time!
Well, apparently it's National Peanut Butter Day. We're not really sure what you're supposed to do with the information. But anyway, here's the Peanut Butter Jelly Time song for you.
Play it a lot more, Stu.
Yeah.
Just keep playing it.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Yes.
Oh, we have Stewie doing it, too. Let's see.
It's peanut butter jelly time!
There you
Peanut butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly time! Where you at?
That's enough.
Thank you. You said that now. Don't start it again.
Now,
I'll start singing it later, though.
is the following artistic genius or somebody just has come up with a clever marketing of their music?
I would have to hear it before rendering a judgment.
I'm going to tell you. A YouTuber named Dodie Clark hid a complete song of different videos she posted over the past 9 months, sneaking in one word at a time. her fans just didn't notice because she said the words in a sing-song way while she was talking. But when you edit them all together, it comes out with a song called Arms Unfolding.
That's a lot of work.
Now she's launching her singing career. Now here's what it sounds like all sewn together, one word at a time over 9 months.
I'm not tired of rebuilding, 'cause this might take a little more. I think I'd like to try look at you and feel the way I did before.
So that's
our fire died last winter.
it. The one word's picked out of every one of her videos and put together.
Irish lass, is she?
And here it is on her new produced track.
Hope I'm not tired of rebuilding.
This is your thing, then you can always download
I
it.
think I'd like to try look at you.
But is that marketing genius or not?
I tried to listen to it, Steve.
Well, if I let it roll, then YouTube blocks the video because it's
about that.
copyrighted. So I have to stomp on it.
So
to
we can't
fool their
hear it.
bots.
We don't hear enough of it to want to buy it. We never buy it. The poor girl loses money. Thank
Yeah,
you, YouTube.
You can go check it out yourself.
Thank you, Google, once again.
Yeah. No, this was YouTube.
Yeah, Google owns YouTube.
Okay, thank you, Google. Good news this morning. A good news story. A high school basketball player with Down syndrome sank a three-quarter half-court buzzer beater outside of Denver on Friday night.
Say that 3 times.
Really? His name is Andrew Reagan, and he's a junior. Here's Andrew and his mom, who is his best friend, talking about it.
That was like surreal. Like when I said surreal, it felt like amazing to me.
It all happened so quickly. He just stopped, launched, and, you know, it was all net. So, and the crowd went crazy. And the coaches were jumping around.
He's making that shot every day at Lifetime, where, like, I was just waiting for it for a game.
Everyone, thank you so much for, like, your support, all the likes on Twitter. Thank you so much. I can't do this without you guys. I've never guys let you down.
Okay. Good day for him.
Yeah. Like so much of life, Down syndrome impacts are on a continuum, and he's obviously very high functioning.
Let's see. They had dropped the mic last night. I'm sure that's one of those shows that they come out with when they don't have anything else to show.
We have a listener asking, what is a three-quarter half-court shot?
That's along, well, it's 3/4 of the half court. So it's almost to the half court line.
Okay.
Way above the jump circle.
All right.
So I'd say halfway between the jump circle and the half court line, which is a long three-pointer.
Yeah. I mean, I make those kind of routinely, but
yeah,
it is a long shot.
I do my free throws from the half court line myself.
Yeah, I know. I've seen you. And we both lie a lot on this show.
Not me. Lying's just not in me. I didn't say I made them. I just said I shoot them.
I only like to lie when it's obvious I'm lying.
All right, drop the mic. I don't know this.
It's too expensive.
Huh?
It's expensive. I wonder how many mics get broken that way.
We got Taryn Killam and Rob Regal.
Tear and Killam?
No, Taryn Killam. And Rob Wrigley.
I'll bet Taryn's dad had taken part
I assume
in his
these are
naming.
famous folks that people know. I don't know them. But here's their... what they do is they play a rap. Boom, 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 scrap. And these people make up the rap as they go. And then the audience...
It's called freestyle, I think.
Freestyle. And then the audience decide who won the battle there.
Schwarzenegger's in your movies. It's his worst mistake. Worse than Batman and Robin or hiring his maid. Your wife's an Avenger, and I'm a huge fan.
Oh,
she
nice.
says in the bed, you remind her of Ant-Man. You starred in Hamilton, but you still one note. You sang you'll be back, but Broadway said nope. You got destroyed on the stage. It's over right now. Method Man said kill him. So I did. Pow-pow!
Pow-pow.
I
played a principal in night school. You were
This
a
is
student in the
Rob.
class, so I guess this is the second time I'm schooling your ass. KFC replaced you as a colonel.
dirty
Said
word.
they didn't need you, but really you were fired because you're less of a man than Reba. Marines call out is hooah. It's really a shame because that's the same noise that people make when I mention your name. You're courageous and a hero, and I thank you for your service, is what your mom said to me last night, and believe me, I deserve it.
Going after the mama.
That was a
We're
funny
going
line.
crazy for you, Rob, but the winner is Taryn Killam.
Oh, come on.
That was a funny line, but the Marines say "oorah," just to clear it up. Army says "hooah." Don't back it up. You'll just embarrass yourself.
No, we got to go into the Twilight Zone here. Matt has gone to the Twilight Zone.
I just like clarity and accuracy.
Okay. So then they had another one with Laverne Cox and Boy George.
Finally, a name I know.
Yeah,
and
me
it's a
too.
made-up name at that.
All right, Laverne's first, Boy George second.
Since these are entertainers, I'm guessing that Taram and Killam is a made-up stage name.
Well, anyway, here is Laverne Cox and Boy George doing the same
If I was
thing.
locked up with women, at least I'd get some sleep. You look like Beyonce after a really bad week. When it comes to fashion, you're a perfect mess. I got a call from the 90s. I want to take back that dress.
I got two British people doing this thing.
You released a song. That was a joke. I really love what you did with that one note. You wasted my time with all your drama. Face it, Laverne, your face is your karma.
All right, here comes Boy George.
I think that was Boy
Tunes was
George.
really popular. It wasn't luck, because everyone in the 80s was all up. I don't think a worse outfit than that is even possible. Guess Culture Club's dress code is class and taste optional. I'm beat for the gods, and Satan wouldn't claim that. Pray for this chameleon, I'm calmer with a bat. You lost to me, can't say that it's odd. They sent a boy to do a real woman's job.
All right, so apparently these are two.
Gentlemen, it's time for me to announce the winner. George, I have to give you back that $10 you gave me backstage. Laverne Cox is the winner.
These are two transvestites.
So I guess when you go cussing on, putting out the bad words, that's when you lose. Because both of them went down that street lost. All right, let's see if the bad boys of late night can make us laugh. It's hard for them to do because...
Want to make a bet?
They're not funny. First in the queue, Jimmy Fallon, talking about the State of the Union battle. Of course, Nancy Pelosi yesterday canceling Donald Trump's appearance at the House well to give the State of the Union. And Trump first said they would find a venue, the State of the Union would go on. But then now he's retracted it this morning and says they'll wait till after the controversy to do the State of the Union. So probably said, well, once a resolution does come around about this wall and the Democrats and all their double-talking crap, then he can pound it home with the State of the Union address. She said he was invited after the government opened. So he's going to wait till then to give it. At least that's what he said as of this morning. But here is Fallon's take on it.
And you guys hear what's going on with the whole State of the Union thing? First, Nancy Pelosi told Trump you can't give the speech in the House, and then Trump sent a letter saying, I'm doing it in the House. Then later, Pelosi sent him a letter that said, oh, no, you're not. She says she won't allow the speech in the House while the government is shut down, but he's welcome if they can mutually agree on a date. And Trump asked Pelosi what date. She said February 41st. That's perfect.
Well, Fallon failed.
Yeah.
Okay, no laugh there.
Next.
Kimmel, talking about furloughed employees.
Why did Adele cross the road? Why? To say hello from the other side.
Thank you. We'll call you.
He was a furloughed employee telling a joke on Kimmel. Okay.
He's one of those ones that's going to get fired.
And then the snootiest of them all, Stephen Colbert.
Is that his name, Steve?
No, that's his true real name, but he changed it to a more snooty name, Colbert, because it sounds more snooty. He talks about Trump's alternative State of the Union. Here's the problem: when they recorded at 5 in the afternoon, and Trump tweets after that, it really outdates their monologue pretty quick.
Next Tuesday, in accordance with Article 2 of the Constitution, it's the State of the Union Address, brought to you by the MAGA maniac himself, President Trump, in association with the Russian government, featuring Hillary in a cage, plus Rudy Giuliani driving his own gravedigger. And don't miss an appearance by the next secretary.
Okay, obviously he failed. Wasn't funny. And then the late boy, the one whose nads have not dropped yet.
Next!
Seth Meyers talking about Like a Woman and naked wedding dresses.
According to a new report, so-called naked wedding dresses made of lace and sheer fabrics will be a popular trend this year. Also a popular wedding trend this year, grandma heart attacks.
It's so funny. I can't talk like him. He's so high up there. He talks like a soprano. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, James Corden, the other late guy, the British guy.
Next!
Trying to tell America how to run their country. Let's see. Here he is talking about the State of the Union.
Donald Trump says he plans to go through with his State of the Union address, even if the shutdown forces him to pick a new location other than the traditional House of Representatives. And this is true. Donald Trump is preparing two versions of the speech. One is your typical State of the Union, and the other starts with, "My fellow Americans, you're probably wondering why I'm inside this Denny's."
Okay. All failed to get a laugh out of us. But obviously the brain-dead audience has no problem with it. All right, 7:56. Some of the things we need to know today so we do not sound stupid.
Too late. Far too late.
John Perry will serve as referee for Super Bowl 53 between the Rams and the Patriots. Since Perry became a referee in 2012, the Rams are 7-0 in games that he's officiated, and the Patriots are just 9-5. So, advantage Rams. From our Say It Ain't So, Joe, Chelsea Clinton announced that she and her husband are expecting their third child together. She, of course, given a $40 million annual salary from the Clinton Foundation. She can afford it. The 300 guys who have been... How was that career on NBC for her, where she was a reporter? Oh, lasted one story. Boy, she was good. The 300 guests who had been invited to Justin Bieber's and Halle Baldwin's second wedding ceremony have been told the date is moving again for the third time. Muslims are calling for a boycott of a certain brand of toilet paper as one of the design embossed on the TP seems to resemble the word Allah. The very first beer spa has opened in Iceland. Yes, we're talking about hot tubs full of beer. The list is getting long. The latest Democrat to throw their hat in the ring is South Bend, Indiana Mayor Peter Buttigieg. Never heard of him either. Don't imagine he'll get a whole lot of traction.
I'm voting for him.
Today's impossible question. About 10% of us say this is the first thing we do when we get out of bed in the morning.
Put our feet on the floor.
No.
Put our glasses on.
No, this is checking something.
Checking our email, texts.
Check on the pets.
pets.
I would have thought they'd said kids, but not to be, to pets. They have to go out. They know when you stir, and they're ready to go.
Yes, they do.
Just like when I stirred to get up this morning, Nick said, I need to go out. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But
yeah, I've never.
He knows how to talk to me.
I've never heard your dog talk, Steve. I think you're making that up.
Oh, he'll sit there and go,
yeah.
like that.
Okay, well, that's...
Let's see. Don't really have time for much anything else. All right. On the way, we'll check your latest news, sports, and weather. And at the top of the hour, we'll be back after that with more of your fun for this morning. Currently 63 degrees here in the Sandhills. Here's your full forecast.
A very messy start to the day with showers and some heavy rain at times. We'll have clearing skies later on this afternoon. It's going to be a breezy day with falling temperatures. We'll likely be in the low to mid 50s by the evening hours. Overnight tonight into Friday morning, clear skies and colder with lows in the upper 20s to lower 30s. And then Friday, sunny skies with high temperatures in the mid 40s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills. 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM. WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. As the partial government shutdown drags on, President Trump has a change of heart about his State of the Union speech.
After saying he would do an alternative event because House Speaker Nancy Pelosi blocked him from delivering his State of the Union address before a joint session of Congress, President Trump has now announced that he will postpone his speech.
It's a great blotch on the incredible country that we all love. It's a great, great, horrible mark.
Fellow Republicans have also denounced Speaker Pelosi. The president's tweeted that there is no other venue that can compete with the history, tradition, and importance of the House chamber. President Trump says that he will deliver the address after the government shutdown is over, and he looks forward to giving a great speech in the near future. Jackie Quinn, Washington.
And the Senate poised to vote on competing plans for reopening the government.
First, the president's plan to open the government and get money for his border wall. Then, a Democrat plan to reopen government for a few weeks and give them time to negotiate on border security. Neither is likely to pass, but it could be interesting to see if anyone breaks ranks with their own party to support the competing proposal.
Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines. Chaos in Venezuela, political turmoil, deadly rioting in the streets as opposition leader Juan Guaido claims the presidency, while socialist Nicolas Maduro digs in for a fight. Venezuelan reporter Carlos Camacho telling the BBC that his country has been down this path before.
We have two national assemblies, and now we have two presidents. Maduro tried to expel U.S. diplomatic personnel from Venezuela, and Guaido told them to stay put.
The U.S. backs Guaido, who says he's trying to rescue Venezuela from dictatorship. Wall Street, Dow futures up 29 points. S&P futures 4 points higher. NASDAQ futures up 30 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
When it comes to your pain, many of you might be skeptical, like I was, about ordering Relief Factor. Pat Boone again for this wonderful 100% drug-free supplement designed to help your own body lower or eliminate occasional aches and pains due to aging, exercise, everyday living. I'm not skeptical any longer. The 3-week quick start is now discounted to only $19.95. Why don't you let us see if we can get you out of pain, too, at ReliefFactor.com.
And now, a quick comparison from Grasshopper. When picking a phone number for business, what sounds more professional? Your personal number?
Oh, hold on. Let me give you my cell. And actually, let me get yours, too, just so I don't ignore your call, you know?
Or a dedicated business number, courtesy of Grasshopper.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Our number is 1-833-IT-TROOP. Give us a call anytime.
There's no contest. Put your best voice forward with Grasshopper, the virtual phone system for small business. Try it free at grasshopper.com.
The Airbus chief executive says company could move its British operations out of the country in the event there's a no-deal Brexit.
Airbus's Tom Enders has issued a sharply worded statement, flatly warning that Brexit is threatening to destroy a century of development in Britain, a global leader in aviation. He declares that the country now stands at a precipice. Enders urges the country not to listen to the Brexiters' madness, he says, which asserts that because we have huge plants here, we will not move, and we will always be here. They are wrong, he adds. Airbus has more than 14,000 employees in Britain, with a further roughly 110,000 working in jobs supported by Airbus programs. Charles de Ledesma, London.
Google opening a new office in Berlin, says it will give it the space to expand in the German capital. CEO Sundar Pichai says the space means that Google could more than double the number of Berlin employees to 300. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The robots are coming for the jobs of some 36 million Americans.
Robotics and artificial intelligence are increasingly replacing humans in many industries. It's estimated that a quarter of U.S. jobs will be severely disrupted as technologies accelerate the automation of today's workplace. A Brookings Institution report cites a figure of 36 million American jobs that could be performed by machines using current technologies. That vulnerability for jobs would increase in the event of the next economic downturn as businesses turn to cost-cutting technology. George Manzani reporting.
Authorities in the small Florida town of Sebring say they don't yet have a motive for an attack inside the bank. The gunfire left 5 people dead. Police have identified the suspect as a newcomer to town, 21-year-old Zephin Zaver. Authorities say that the gunman surrendered to members of a SWAT team following a standoff with police. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Great news. Get into an available Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, or Dodge at invoice less all rebates. Only at Leith Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Aberdeen during the Owner Appreciation Day sales event. New 2018 and 2019 vehicles are available at invoice less all rebates. Just ask at Leith and Aberdeen. We're easy to get to, easy to deal with, and the home of available invoice less all rebates. Leith Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Aberdeen. The name you can trust. Tax tag and $598 administrative documentary fee additional.
Begin the year with a new car from Leith Honda Aberdeen. With a huge selection of new 2018 and 2019 vehicles, great prices, and no games or gimmicks, Leith Honda Aberdeen makes it easy for you, no matter what your budget is. We have special interest rates as low as 0.9% APR and sign and drive leases with no money down that could put you in a new car today. Leith Honda Aberdeen. Easy to get to and easy to deal with. Come in today.
Are you tired of trying to get a handle on your water chemistry? Is your pool green every time you turn around? Is your spa water cloudy or foamy? Well, Southern Tropics Pools and Spas can help. We offer free water testing and have the experience and knowledge to keep your water sparkling clear all year long. We sell the highest quality chemicals, formulated without fillers or binders. No gimmicks, no Band-Aids, just results. We're across US 1 from the new Ford dealership, right between Gulf Augusta and the Smoke Inn. Southern Tropics Pools and Spas.
At Keys Appliance in Aberdeen, a modern streamlined kitchen that makes your life easier is more affordable than ever, because right now you'll save up to $1,200 on select GE Profile appliances via online or mail-in rebate. Not only do GE Profile appliances look stunning, but with time-saving features like hands-free autofill, they're designed to make kitchen work much easier. So talk to the kitchen experts at Keys Appliance in Aberdeen and see how GE Profile appliances save you work and save you money. But hurry, this rebate offer ends soon.
Donuts so heavenly you'd think they were made by angels. Southern Angel Donut Company is now open for your heavenly pleasure in Olmsted Village behind the First National Bank. Sarah and the Angels are up daily at 3 a.m. making donuts the old-fashioned way, preparing holy taste bud delights like the maple bacon donut or their special apple fritters. And hey, Southern Angel Donuts make great business icebreakers because who doesn't like a great donut? Give Southern Angel Donuts a try today. Open 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily.
Ever been told or seen those crazy ads that offer $1,000 off certain vehicles? Only be told when you show up that, hey, that's with the trade-in, or you didn't qualify. It's in the small print. I have, and I didn't like it. Aaron Cooper here with Cooper Ford. Our sales and service staff want to make your experience a fun and exciting one. Not scary and frustrating like you get at the big corporate stores. Our straightforward, no games, no gimmicks pricing and our low price guarantee make Cooper Ford your dealership of choice in Moore County. Working really hard to be your hometown dealer, Cooper Ford.
And
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. A volunteer search for 3-year-old Casey Hathaway has resumed this morning. The FBI says hundreds of volunteers were sent home for the night due to safety concerns while professionally trained searchers continue to work overnight. Craven County Sheriff.
Very busy couple days. Our number one priority is to find Casey. We're getting quite a few leads, and we're following up on them as they come in.
The Senate will vote later today on 2 competing bills to reopen federal agencies and pay the 800,000 federal workers on the verge of missing yet another paycheck. But as Nancy Cordes reports, neither measure is expected to pass.
The Democratic bill would reopen government right away for a couple of weeks to allow more time for negotiations over a wall. But that bill is likely to fail because it will not get any support from most or all Republicans who are sticking with the president.
With a government shutdown entering its 34th day with no end in sight, federal workers are still feeling the pain, with many out of jobs or working without pay. Colette Hall is the wife of one of those federal workers and says she's upset about the continuing shutdown.
It's angering. I think it's really, at this point, I personally know that it's a nonpartisan issue at this point for me.
Governor Roy Cooper's administration has told workers not to speak with an outside investigator from the General Assembly tasked with reviewing a side deal Cooper made with developers of a natural gas pipeline. Warnings have been sent out to parents whose students go to 3 elementary schools in Guilford County after multiple students and teachers get sick with the flu. The schools impacted are Colfax Elementary, Faust Elementary, and McLeansville Elementary. One of the principals said,
"We have had several more absences. I feel like this year it kind of runs in waves. We've got a couple of teachers and even our poor nurse that has been confirmed with the flu."
And one person has died this morning in a department fire in Greensboro. You're listening to NCN News.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
Airline unions have issued a warning about the safety of flying if the shutdown continues.
I'm Gary Nunn. Pilots, air traffic controllers, and flight attendants have very serious safety concerns, not only for themselves, but also the traveling public. Colette Hall's wife is a controller.
It's angering. I think it's really, at this point, I personally know that it's a nonpartisan issue.
A message to the president and government officials.
You're causing a lot of suffering, and regardless of what you believe in, whether it's a wall, whether it's no wall, people need your support.
Hall says her spouse is working without pay, a situation she calls modern-day slavery. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
Governor Roy Cooper and his cabinet met with local leaders in New Bern this week to discuss the region's progress moving forward after Hurricane Florence. In a more than 90-minute session, each of Cooper's cabinet members addressed local leaders, but the message from Cooper was clear. Support for victims is still among the state's top priorities. Governor told WITN News,
"Often people who could least afford it got hit the worst during the storm, and we're seeing that now."
Still no trace of an Argentine soccer star whose plane disappeared Monday over the English Channel.
Emiliano Sala knew something was very wrong with a light aircraft carrying him across the English Channel to join Premier League soccer team Cardiff City, which had just paid $20 million for him. In a voice message home, Sala says in Spanish, "I'm on a plane that seems like it's breaking apart. If you don't hear from me in an hour and a half, they will not find me. Papa, I'm so scared."
Papa, get me everything.
It's also emerged the pilot joked just before takeoff, I'm a bit rusty. Larry Miller, CBS News, London.
Alligators in one North Carolina swamp have once again allowed themselves to freeze in place with their noses above the ice. That's near Ocean Isle. Mike Traley, NCN News.
A cold front moving in today. Ahead of the front, some pockets of heavy rain to kick off the day, but clearing skies later this afternoon. It's breezy, and our temperatures will begin to fall. We'll be in the low to mid-50s by around 5 o'clock this evening. Overnight tonight into Friday morning, clear skies and turning colder, lows in the upper 20s to low 30s. Sunny skies Friday and staying chilly with high temperatures in the mid-40s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Right now, light rain and 63 degrees here in the Sand Hills. Humidity 100%, 2.63. Pressure 29.56. Winds south-southwest at 13. Variable and visibility is at 8 statute miles. 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Thursday morning. Moore County Schools is holding off on issuing second quarter report cards until it can resolve an error in grade calculations made by its state-issued software system. Report cards were due to go out today, but are now unlikely to be released until early February after teachers manually recalculate their students' grades. Some students' first quarter grades, which were released in early November, may also be affected. Public school districts throughout North Carolina, including charter schools, use the Power School system provided by the North Carolina Department of Instruction to track grades and other student information. Ultimately, the state discovered that the issue affected all but a handful of North Carolina's 115 school districts. Development pressures has become a norm across much of Moore County. Growth has steadily been pushing outwards, pushing elected leaders to carefully balance the pros and cons of new construction. On Tuesday, the commissioners heard from more than a dozen speakers before they drew a line in the sand to protect the most rural and agricultural areas of the county by unanimously approving 2 text amendments to the UDO, the Unified Development Ordinance, that will limit sprawl. The First Amendment puts final approval of all major subdivisions into the hands of the county commissioners, where they will have the ability to exercise discretionary power. The second restricts the conditional use permit process to a single quasi-judicial hearing, and developers of major subdivision projects, defined as a project with 5 or more lots, may also be required to provide traffic impact studies and a road capacity study and safety issue studies, connected them to public water and sewer, or provide an approved community water and sewer system. Warren Wakeland, CEO of the Moore County Home Builders Association, said the CPU process is expensive and would increase overall costs, thus driving up housing prices. He said the current median income in Moore County is $54,500, and they cannot afford to buy the median-priced home, which is $200,000 to $250,000. He said it doesn't even come close. A CPU costs 4 times as much as what a regular subdivision permit would cost. Approving this would make the gap between income and affordable housing even wider. Wakeland said that the new amendment would prevent growth and asked county leaders to instead provide time for developers and planning staff to draft what he felt would be a more balanced text amendment. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. It is 8:17.
NCN Sports, good morning. I'm Tony Bixby. Things going well these days for the Charlotte Hornets. Kemba Walker had 22 points, 7 assists. Hornets beating the Memphis Grizzlies 118-107 for their 4th win in the last 5 games. A very disappointed coach for the Memphis Grizzlies, J.B. Bickerstaff, after the game.
Once you let a team in your paint, then they put pressure on your weak side, and then a team who's capable of making threes. I think we scored enough points to win, but giving up 118 points, you don't give yourself a shot.
Playing north of the border last night, the Carolina Hurricanes beating the Vancouver Canucks 5-2. College basketball, Tennessee pulled out an 88-83 victory over Vanderbilt. That was Volunteers' first game since they became the top of the AP men's basketball poll on Monday. Correspondent Jeremy K. Goper reports.
Vols forward Grant Williams had a career-high 43 points and was a perfect 100%, 23 of 23 from the free throw line. Instead of slowing play down with less than a minute left in regulation, Vandy guard Saban Lee committed a completely unnecessary turnover that directly led to UT tying the contest at 76. The Vols stay undefeated in SEC play and improved to 17-1 overall.
Harmony Brooks scored 17 points. Corey Davis Jr. added 12. Number 17, Houston, hit 16 three-pointers, beating East Carolina 94-50. Keyshawn Pritchett scored 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting with a trio of three-pointers. Davidson placing 5 into double-digit scoring. The Wildcats beat George Washington 73-62. Back to the top 25. Other action, number 7, Nevada over Colorado State 100-60. Number 12, Marquette beating DePaul 79-69. Number 25, LSU with a victory over Georgia 92-82 the final. You're listening to NCN Sports.
Who is the North Carolina High School Athletic Association?
We are over 200,000 student athletes.
We are dedicated educators, coaches, and mentors.
We're your neighbors and friends that put on the striped shirts and officiate the games you love every week.
We are 417 member high schools from small towns and big cities, anywhere from Murphy to Manteo.
We are making a difference and building leaders of communities for the next generation.
Who are we?
We are high school.
We are the NCHSAA.
Do you suffer hockey withdrawal pains as I do whenever your Carolina Hurricanes go straight from a road trip into the NHL All-Star break? 2 full straight weeks with no home games at PNC Arena? Ouch! Well, good news. On the same weekend, the Canes will be back home twice, starting Friday, February 1st against the Vegas Golden Knights and continuing Sunday afternoon, February 3rd, with fantastic family packs available as the Calgary Flames are in town. Ease your pain today. Hurricanes.com/tickets.
Super Bowl fever's just getting started with the game less than 2 weeks away. Fans already paying top dollar for tickets to see the Los Angeles Rams take on the New England Patriots in Atlanta. KCBS TV reporter Pat Harvey has more on the Super Bowl ticket prices.
The average ticket price on StubHub for the Super Bowl is about $5,500. The cheapest is about $2,500. So far, 13% of ticket sales are from California, 12% from Massachusetts, and most other buyers are from Georgia, Arizona, and Texas.
A person familiar with the negotiations tells the Associated Press that Major League Baseball has proposed going back to a 15-day disabled list, as well as increasing the amount of time option players must spend in the minor leagues before being recalled. Tony Brixby, NCN Sports.
Jared Kirk and Amy McBride of the First Casualty Insurance Group in Southern Pines talk about the benefits of being an FCIG customer.
Our agency has been in business since 1984. We are an independent agency, which means that we have numerous carriers. Having multiple carriers benefits our customers because it offers them more options for their coverage and price.
One of the most asked questions we get from our clients is how much do they need to insure their home for? Many clients think they should insure their home based on tax value or what they could sell their home for. Neither is correct.
Insurance carriers want to insure your home for the replacement value. Replacement value is what it would take to rebuild your home back to its current state in the event of a complete loss.
First Casualty Insurance Group of Southern Pines. Call them today at 910-692-8303 or find them on the web at fcignc.com.
Great news. Get into an available Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, or Dodge at Invoice Less All Rebates. Only at Leith Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Aberdeen during the Owner Appreciation Day sales event. New 2018 and 2019 vehicles are available at Invoice Less All Rebates. Just ask. At Leith and Aberdeen, we're easy to get to, easy to deal with, and the home of available Invoice Less All Rebates. Leith Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Aberdeen. The name you can trust. Tax tag and $598 administrative documentary fee additional.
Begin the year with a new car from Leith Honda Aberdeen. With a huge selection of new 2018 and 2019 vehicles, great prices, and no games or gimmicks, Leith Honda Aberdeen makes it easy for you. No matter what your budget is, We have special interest rates as low as 0.9% APR and sign and drive leases with no money down that could put you in a new car today. Leith Honda Aberdeen. Easy to get to and easy to deal with. Come in today.
Hey, this is Steve Leader Adams for Relive It Remodeling. I, along with my partner, Larry Postlewaite, have over 70 years of combined construction experience, which ensures all our remodeling jobs are performed to perfection. We recently added a sunroom on a very nice ladies' home in Pinehurst. From the time the permit was issued to completion took less than 3 weeks. Once we start a job, we stay with it until we are 100% finished. Our very satisfied customers said, quote, "I am very pleased. You did everything you promised you would do." If you have a remodeling job, give me a call here at WEEB or call my cell at 910-690-2946 or visit our website at relivitremodeling.com and allow us to come meet with you and give you a free, no obligation firm bid. That number again, 910-690-2946 for Relive It Remodeling.
Neck, shoulder, or back pain can be downright debilitating. If you have those issues, you already know that, and you don't need me to tell you about the opioid crisis. There's another, better way. I'm talking about chiropractic, a healing art that's also science. Dr. Sharon Wright of Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes invites you to come in for a discussion about how chiropractic works and could work for you. To be sure, there are many of you out there that have reached the proverbial dead end trying to treat and manage your pain.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I've been sitting here today lamenting the death of morality in the United States. Now, I don't do a whole lot of lamenting, so you'll know I'm pretty serious about this. As a society, we just cannot be civil. My day started with me reading about Governor Andrew Cuomo signing a bill that okays abortion up to the actual birth. It ended with reading an article about all the racial slurs the Catholic high school kids had hurled at them. You know what I did? I went to Wikipedia to look up what kind of racial slurs are out there. Let me tell you about a few of them, but I'm not a complete idiot. I'm only going to mention the ones used against white people. Since I'm a white guy, I guess it's okay to talk about this subject. Look it up on Wikipedia. This is what they listed. Some of them that were listed are pretty obvious, like cracker. No explanation was given for that one. I wish they'd gone into some detail. I'd never been called a cracker that I know of. I did have a waitress one time ask me if I wanted some crackers. Kind of upset me for just a nanosecond. Some others that were listed were white trash, trailer trash, hick, hillbilly, and bumpkin. What? Some of those are or were me. The one that got me was honky. You want to hear something ridiculous? Honky started in 1950 to insult Hungarian laborers. Hungarian laborers? They really got specific on people they hated. Killing our unborn, racial slurs. Pretty depressing in the Zumwalt Zone.
A very messy start to the day with showers and some heavy rain at times. We'll have clearing skies later on this afternoon. It's going to be a breezy day with falling temperatures. We'll likely be in the low to mid 50s by the evening hours. Overnight tonight into Friday morning, clear skies and colder with lows in the upper 20s to lower 30s. And then Friday, sunny skies with high temperatures in the mid 40s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills #1 morning show. Morning. 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at hot973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
What day is it? Look at the calendar.
It's Thursday.
Thursday?
It's Thursday. You have changed something in this room.
I've changed my mind.
About what?
About waking up. What else is there to do?
Going back to sleep.
Wake up!
Wake up. Please, wake up.
Why? Why? You're going to miss out. You're going to miss it. Miss what? The show. Show's not over.
In fact,
It's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams.
And I'm Matt Horsey, the Leader Man's humble sidekick. Good morning.
Don't forget, of course, we're being seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. Click that once and that will get you there. If you're on a mobile device, you need your YouTube app. Put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. Leader Man, all one word, spelled like it sounds. And if you're on your mobile device just needing audio, we suggest TuneIn, iTunes, Stream on many other platforms will also play us. All but iHeartRadio because they only play their stations that they own. But put WEEB into that search to get the results you want to the top. And if you're on our mobile weddings, if you're on our website, upper right-hand corner of every page has a little icon that says "Listen Live." Tap that once, and you're listening just that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. It's going to be mostly, well, it will become partly cloudy this afternoon. Showers will come to an end. Look for diminishing temperatures throughout the day as we head down for a low tonight of 30 degrees under what will be clear skies. Then for Friday, sunshine at 48. Friday night, clear 24. Saturday, Sunday, partly cloudy both days with highs in the low to mid 50s. Monday, 56 for a high and sunny. And Tuesday, partly cloudy, maybe an isolated shower in a high of 58. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are south-southwest at 13. Visibility down to 8 statute miles. Pressure is 2956, 2.63. Humidity 100%. It's cloudy, light rain, and 63 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
Look at you playing Hawaiian music on a cold, rainy day.
Whatever. Well, online sports books are always offering random Super Bowl, what they call prop bets, which let you bet on all sorts of nonsense that surrounds the game. One side has already got their lines up. Here are some of the highlights. What color will the liquid be that is poured on the game-winning coach? You can bet on this. Lime green or yellow is the odds-on favorite at 9-4, or roughly 31%. Orange is 3-1, and blue is 15-4. Clear water is 4-1, and purple is 10-1. Odds. What will be the predominant color of Adam Levine's top at the start of the halftime show? Black is most likely at 1-2, 67%. Google him. He wears a lot of black before performing. Any color is on the option list there at 3-2 odds.
I think he pronounces it Levine.
Whatever. Will Adam be wearing a hat at the start of his halftime show? No, is slightly more, likely at 10-13 odds. Levine, Travis Scott, and Big Boy will take a knee. No is more likely at 1-3 odds. Will any player take a knee during the national anthem? Again, no is more likely at 1-7. Good way to get everybody to snap it off, isn't it? Will Gladys Knight forget or omit a word from the national anthem? The odds makers have faith. The odds are that she will not make a mistake.
Who's singing?
1-5. Gladys Knight.
She's a pip.
When will any player use props during the TD celebration? Will any players use the props during the TD celebration? No is more likely at 1-4 odds.
What is the props? What are the props?
Well, one guy pulled out a cell phone and made a call to his mama thing,
okay.
You know, and it promptly got him like a $25,000 fine. And then one guy picked up one of his players and put him in a trash can. Again, it got him a $25,000 fine. So,
man, I remember when my dad used to get upset about a $10 long-distance call.
One more. Two more. Will President Trump congratulate winning team on Twitter by midnight on the day of the Super Bowl? Yes is more likely at 2-3 odds. And will dilly dilly be said during a Bud Light commercial? The odds are 1 to 2 it will. So there.
So they're likely to go to a new slogan then, according to the bettors.
And Kate Hudson had her first daughter 3 months ago after having 2 boys who are now 7 and 15. In a recent interview, she was asked if she's doing anything differently this time around. And she had an interesting answer. Of course, she came around to the PC side of Hollywood. She says, I didn't really change my approach, but there's definitely a difference when you raise your kids individually, regardless, like a genderless approach. We still don't know if she's going to identify as a girl or a boy. Hurl.
I had a sister and brother-in-law who tried that, and they threw in the towel because the kids were just doing typical boy and girl things, right from the very beginning.
I wonder when she refers to her, does she refer to her as, my third child or my daughter?
Don't you try and call out hypocrisy, mister.
Have you followed through on your resolution and bought your gym membership yet? If so, congrats on spending money. Now you just need to actually go to the gym. And when you do, make sure you don't do any of this stuff. Here are the 5 annoying types of people you see at every gym. The extreme grunter. Low-level grunts are one thing. You know, when you go,
Yeah, I think we understand grunts.
Bite me. Just don't be the idiot who grunts as loud as they can on every rep. You're not impressing anyone. You're just annoying everyone.
Yes, you are.
The equipment hog. Don't bring half the barbells over to your spot all at once. And don't try to claim more than one machine at a time. If you want a private gym, put one in your house. Otherwise, be mindful that other people need to use the stuff too. The creep who stares at other people. Guys are the main offenders. Yes, women look good in that yoga pants. But it doesn't mean you can gawk. Just do what everyone else does. Take a quick look and avert your eyes.
Use one of the many mirrors for side looks.
No, the woman will see that.
Well, you got to be discreet.
You know, they're looking down or straight ahead.
But most women don't mind being looked at either. They just don't want to be gawked at. Starts to get creepy after a while. But of course they want to be looked at.
You know, I was at the physical therapist, and one of the things they had me do, this is about my knee, was doing squats with, you hold on to a bar, do squats in front of a mirror. And they had a new intern there who looked good. I mean, no doubt about it.
What was his name?
Her name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. But, you know, I just took my one look and then paid attention to what I was doing. Because I didn't want the therapist to be thinking, the one that was working with me, thinking I was gawking at that. You know, it was worth one look, though. Not dead.
It's just human nature. Just don't be a creep.
It's that one look you go, to be 21 again.
There's a reason there are 7 billion people on the planet.
The current parent, the clueless parent. This is a little less common, but if you bring your kids to the gym, don't let them run wild and hang off all the equipment. If they're old enough to be there, work with them. Letting them do their own thing annoys everyone, and it's dangerous. And lastly, the narcissist, meaning the person who can't stop staring in the mirror. If you're doing it during an exercise to work on your form, that's fine. But if you're checking yourself out to see how pumped you are or swollen up, you look like an idiot.
That doesn't bother me. I just think it's amusing.
When were you last at the gym?
I haven't been for a while.
Okay, I thought so. All right,
bite me, chunky man.
Moving on. I'm all muscle. Don't you ever forget that.
Never seen muscle jiggle like that.
It's pure muscle. You want to feel it, it's all tight.
No. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Very little.
Huh?
Thank you very little.
I know. People that make comments like that are just jealous of the tight, firm bodies like I have.
Yes.
They just can't stand it. That I got it, you don't.
I can't stand it. You got that right.
Jay Leno says he will be willing to appear on David Letterman's Netflix talk show and then steal it from him. Courtney Cox and Lisa Kudrow were spotted getting lunch the other day, and it became even more of a friends reunion when Matthew Perry showed up to fill up their water glasses. James Gandolfini's son has been cast as a young Tony Soprano in the new Sopranos movie. I can't wait to see the scene where Tony wreaks havoc on everyone who claims Hollywood is run entirely by nepotism. Alyssa Milano says the red MAGA hat, the Make America Great Again hat, is the new white hood. Want to hear more from Alyssa? No? Well, if you do, her shift is 12 to 7 every weekday at her local Pizza Hut. The NFL moved the officiating crew working the controversial Saints-Rams game to a new hotel Sunday night as a safety precaution. Well, they moved an officiating crew and 7 seeing eye dogs, that is. Barry Bonds missed out once again on being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Well, at least Bonds can always point to his unanimous induction into the Steroid Abusers Hall of Fame. There will be no Candy Conversation Hearts this year, so how else am I supposed to tell my lady that it was the night before Valentine's Day and this was all I could find at CVS, huh? Lawmakers are considering a ban on buying and selling shark fins. You know where I'd like to see a ban on shark fins? In the ocean when I'm frickin' swimming in it.
You can stamp I love you on a heart fin and make up for the candy.
Yeah.
A shark fin.
And House Majority Whip James Clyburn said Democrats would approve $5.7 billion in border funding if the money is used for measures like a smart wall. In other words, Alexa, keep the drug mules out, will you? Makes about as much sense. Chelsea Clinton, say it in so, is pregnant with child number 3. Her dad has already offered to help interview prospective nannies. So yes, the ugly still reproduces.
Shame on you.
I'm sorry. I just speak the truth here. More than 20
pause there.
More than 20 unvaccinated kids in the Portland, Oregon area have come down with measles. Health officials are calling it a crisis. I call it natural selection, but non-traditional mortgage practices are making a comeback, because it worked so well the last time. And that's your rim shots for today. All righty, it is 8:41 past the hour.
Occasional Cortex was talking about that, too, completely ignorant of how things went down in 2008 and prior. How old was she in 2008? I want to know.
Who are we talking about?
Occasional Cortex. Alexandria Occasional Cortex.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Who knows nothing about the economy. She'll have the government buy everyone a house.
Yes.
And it comes complete with 2 cars in the garage. And it will come complete with free health care. And a check to fill those cars up every month. And free private schooling for your children.
Free college for everyone.
And home if you feel like they are better off there.
No more billionaires. Take away their money. Take away their helicopters. Come the people's helicopters.
The thing is, she's dictating the policy of the Democratic Party right now. Because the press gives her so much traction that, they hang on every word she says instead of saying, what an idiot. Nancy can't rein her in and say, shut up. she goes and gives her a decent committee to be on. That's usually how they control everybody. 2 ways. One, committee assignments. The Speaker of the House assigns everybody to committees. And if you want to be on committees that actually do something, you go along with what the party says. And the other way they control you, this is the most effective, they control your re-election money for the most part. If you're a good boy, you get the money. If you're go rogue, well, you raise your own money. They won't help you at all. And that's how they keep you under control. The money talks. Speaking of that, we've got Congressman Richard Hudson on tomorrow for a little while to talk about this shutdown and the like. So we'll see what happens during that interview. All righty. Bad guy time. Let's go get them.
You, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
You know, he says that every time with just the right inflection.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
A lot of consistency there.
Boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
All right, my friends, it's time once again. Stand up and strut across the floor like we own it in the style of the Duke John Wayne. Open up our closet doors, look at all 30 of our Liberty safes. Today we're going to mosey on over to Liberty safes number 23. Haven't been here forever.
23 is a colonial model Liberty safe, Steve.
All right, we'll put in the code and open her up and let Matt reach in and grab the weapon of choice.
Wow, our sound effects are falling off today. Today's .45 caliber is a Kimber SIS custom beaver tail grip safety, and it is a $1,300 gun.
How about this sound effect?
That's excellent.
Thank you.
Frightened me. I thought somebody had just fired a gun here in the studio.
Yeah, I see. You get back in the chair now.
Yes.
All right, we'll strap on our gun, pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of some super whoop ass as we head out the door now in relentless pursuit of some stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. This is a good way to make an expensive speeding ticket even more expensive. We always are looking for new ways to do that, aren't we? A driver was pulled over in Canada, Manitoba, Canada, on Tuesday, got a speeding ticket, and apparently they were really unhappy about it. Never have found anybody who's happy about it. Anyway, because they immediately threw it out the window. But the police was still right there, so that person was hit with a littering ticket. That was another $130. Dummy. Some people just got to pay for that education, don't they? Stupid criminal news number 2. If you're stabbing someone over this, man, you're just looking for a reason to stab someone. 37-year-old Jared Womack was a friend on Tuesday in Boulder, was with a friend on Tuesday in Boulder, Colorado, when they agreed to exchange 2 pairs of pants they had. 1 pair for the other pair. So Jared could look good for an appointment. Unfortunately, Jared decided he didn't like the pair he got and dealt with it by pulling out a knife and stabbing his friend in the back.
And why wouldn't you?
Not clear if the pants didn't fit or what, but one report says they were stained on the inside, if you know what I mean. Jared's friend was taken to a hospital with serious injuries, and we haven't seen an update on his condition yet. Police caught up with Jared at an Eddie Bauer store down the street where he was attempting to steal a new pair of pants. Turns out he has a long rap sheet, did 9 months for assault in 2009. Now he's facing charges for first-degree assault, robbery, and theft.
Why not attempted murder?
Well, the guy may not have died yet.
Well, no, attempted murder, Steve.
And anyway, that's your stupid criminal news for today.
Did he get the job? That's what I want to know.
It doesn't sound like he made it to the interview.
Oh, man.
He was busy stealing the pants from Jared, Eddie Bauer.
Bummer.
At least he has fine taste in men's clothes. No, I'm not going with a pea stain on my pants. How dare you think of that? All right, let's move on to Matt's favorite part of the program, where he gets to participate with his fingers in the air.
And now it's time for
Random facts. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, time for random facts for today. Maybe a spare. Prince wrote the song Nothing Compares to You when his housekeeper's father died. She left to be with her family, and he felt lost without her there to keep his life organized. So that's who Sinead O'Connor is really singing about, I guess. He wrote the song, she sung it. The guy who created the thesaurus, Peter Mark Roget.
Roget.
Oh, excuse me. Roget. Came up with it when he was 73 years old after he retired from his career as a doctor, scientist, and inventor. He kept on editing new versions or new editions of it until he died 17 years later. That would make him 90. There was a real Dr. Pepper. A pharmacist named Charles Adderton created the soda, and his boss named it after Charles T. Pepper, Dr. Charles T. Pepper, who he worked with earlier in his career. He also may have had a relationship with Pepper's daughter. So it's Dr. Pepper daughter's pepper drink.
See that.
And the original title of Risky Business was White Boys Off the Lake. But the studio eventually wanted something a little catchier.
You think?
White Boys Off the Lake. Or A Risky Business. If you hadn't heard of either one of them, which one would you pick?
Risky Business. White Boys Off the Lake?
Yeah, neither one of them makes sense to the movie, but...
Risky Business does. Running a prostitution ring is risky.
Well, we don't ask that much from our jobs, do we? Just pay us. Give us some insurance. Look the other way when we steal pens and we're square, right? But a new survey asked people what perks they want from their ideal job. You know, when you go to Google and they got so much wads of cash there, they can produce these kind of perks. Here are the top 10 that came back on the list.
All I ask is a song now and then.
Health insurance, well, that'll be taken care of by Bernie Sanders and what's her name?
Occasional Cortex.
Yeah. Life insurance, a free gym membership.
Yes.
Yes, to keep everybody fit.
I would guess you would let me use that that running, what's it called?
Yeah, now I'm drawing a blank.
The running machine back there anytime I want.
What is that called?
Just never give me any time to do it.
Treadmill.
Treadmill.
Yeah. I don't know why in the morning when your brain hadn't fully woken up, even though you feel awake, there's certain parts of it that stay slow. And you're waiting for those neurons to click together so you can get that word out.
And when you say you mean...
Me.
Yeah, for me, that just goes on all day.
Opportunities for personal growth. Well, I guess.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, we had a lady here who worked well for 7 years, and she felt like she had reached a limit of personal growth here, and that's why she moved on. And she had topped out, and there was nothing else for her to do. I don't know. It's all in what you make it, to be exact.
I don't think your offer of a sex change is a good way of encouraging personal growth.
No, I would say the only way you're going to get that is to get locked up in San Francisco where they'll pay for it for free.
Yeah.
I think some people actually do go commit crimes just to get the free sex change operation in prison.
Or work for San Francisco government. The city government pays for it. By government, I mean the taxpayer.
Opportunities for career development. Covering the cost of our commute. Oh, so I got to pay because you choose to live out in the boonies. Okay. It's a perk. Here's an idea. Live close to work.
It's a perk.
Here's an idea for cities. Put work and communities together. In other words, you have some commercial area near residential area. You don't always have to designate all that residential. It breaks up the traffic patterns, so it's not all concentrated in one commercial district. And it puts a lot of needed shops near homes, so they don't have to commute so far. Take Pinehurst, for example. There's no commercial in Pinehurst. Everybody in Pinehurst, if they want to go get something, they got to leave town. Literally, right? You live there.
Yeah, well, it depends on what you want.
I mean, they got one convenience store in the whole place that I know of, right?
There's one out in Firefox. That's kind of a long way to go.
No, there's one near Town Hall.
Yeah.
Convenient for Town Hall. But
I went looking for ice cream at like 7 o'clock at night on a Saturday night once, and there's none of that in Pinehurst.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if out there on 5 at the edge there where the bowling alley is, that's Aberdeen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they don't, like I said, they don't have any commercial there, which having some commercial would allow customers to go drive just a few yards to their local grocery store or drugstore. Those are called the anchor tenants. And it would be better because it would sure cut down traffic on 15501 with the whole town having to leave to go anywhere. And it makes it, each section of town would be more of a community area. But that's, there are places that commercial wouldn't work. But, right there, nobody wants to hear this, but this would be good planning, actually. Out there where those pine trees are doing nothing, they're in the middle of the heart of the city, because all the businesses around that are suffering. There's just not enough traffic to sustain them, and that's why you got a high turnover rate. But, and they have to depend mainly on the tourists coming through. But if they were to put maybe a fresh market type business there in that area and a couple of little quaint stores that feed off that, that would draw a lot more people downtown. So they wouldn't have to go out of town to do all the shopping. And people were jumping up and down in Pinehurst about when, what was it, a public store wanted, a grocery store wanted to build a store there across from CCNC. They were jumping up and down about that. That's in Southern Pines area. They had jurisdiction, but public pulled out. But if they had gone through with it, the reason they're building there is to catch everybody leaving Pinehurst. That's the big exit right there. And people would pull in there and shop. They'd pick off their share. And everybody jumping up and down and say, oh, we got a fresh market right across the street. We got a food line down here, up across the street. We got Harris Teeter a little down the road. Hey, these grocery stores know that. They know exactly how many customers they can pull in. And they don't build grocery stores where they don't have traffic. And they know it takes 2 years to build it up to make it profitable. But they got the money to sustain themselves through that period. Seldom do they miss it. The CVS store there where Eckerd's used to be at the corner of Pinehurst Avenue and US 1 closed down. There used to be a gas station there. And they came in, Eckerd's came in, bought it, knocked it down, put up a big Eckerd's, same building you see there. CVS came in and bought out Eckerd's, but now it's become more traffic locked and just couldn't sustain itself. So anyway, or that, they just gave crummy service. I didn't like it. I went in there, but I didn't ever get my drugs there. I got other items. But it was a little traffic locked to get out of. It's hard to get out of it because everybody's stopped at the stoplight and you can't get out. Anyway, all right, so it goes. Oh, the other things on the list was subsidizing education, mental health services, generous parental leave, and legal services. Oh, now I got to pay for your speeding ticket. All right, so it goes for this Thursday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back tomorrow for a TSIF. Thanks, Steve. It's Friday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man. Nick and Colt the Dog will all see you this afternoon at the dog park.
And I'm Matt Horsey with a thought on the fundamental importance of raising children from C.S. Lewis. The homemaker has the ultimate career. All other careers exist for only one purpose, and that is to support the ultimate career. Chris Plant Show is up next, followed by Rush Limbaugh at noon, Sean Hannity at 3, and Mark Levin begins at 6. And we'll be back tomorrow at 7 for Mornings with the Leader Man.
When I come back, you'd better be